Итак, мы в эфире, мне кажется, все отлично. Всем привет! Привет, ребятки! Я очень рада, что сегодня в воскресенье вы снова проводите время со мной. Это очень приятно. Я даже сегодня специально надела такое праздничное платье. Каждый наш урок – это праздник. Да? Поэтому мы начинаем. Сегодня у нас очень интересная тема. Можно будет посмотреть записи. Если, например, сегодня у вас нет времени, потом вы можете вернуться на YouTube и посмотреть этот урок в записи. Это такая крутая возможность, да? Мы немножко подождем всех, пока все присоединяются, а потом мы начнем. Ребята, напишите, пожалуйста, как видно меня и как меня слышно. Да? Мне важно, что вы меня хорошо видите и слышите, поэтому обязательно напишите. Спасибо большое, Typesturator. Ты всегда первый. You are always the first one. Я очень рада. Тогда мы можем начинать. И сегодня у нас очень интересная и чуть-чуть творческая тема. Very creative topic today. Я даже сегодня для вас рисовала. Это мои рисунки. Но a little bit later. Потом. Рисунки потом. Что у нас со светом? What's happening to the light? Давайте я чуть-чуть добавлю. I will add a little bit of light. Вот так. Побольше света, да? Привет, привет. Привет, Фавио. Я очень рада. Тогда начинаем потихоньку, да? Потихоньку начинаем. Итак, сегодня мы поиграем и поговорим о... Очень приятно, что вы из Аргентины. Привет, гречанка, бабка. Очень рада тебя видеть. Сегодня мы будем говорить о perfective и, да, мы напишем and, и imperfective verbs. Да, мне нравится говорить именно perfective, imperfective. Мне не очень нравится русский вариант. Да? На русском мы говорим совершенный вид perfective, несовершенный вид imperfective. Но я думаю, I think, что лучше использовать термины perfective, imperfective, легкие, да, понятные вам, потому что русский язык и так очень сложный, да, Russian is complicated enough. At least grammar terms we take in English, да, грамматические термины мы будем брать на английском. Perfective, imperfective verbs сегодня. И сразу, спасибо, да, это пандочка, это панда не моя, it's not mine, панда не моя, это Костина панда, но Костя спит с пандой. Да, ну ладно, мы не будем выдавать его секреты, we are not gonna give away his secrets. Хорошо, ребята, perfective, imperfective verbs. Сначала вы мне поможете, you will help me. Мы вспомним, we will remember, perfective, imperfective verb pairs. Да? Я даю первую пару, и вы напишите другие пары, хорошо? Спасибо большое, что вы любите наши песни. Кстати, как вас зовут? How can I call you? Yeah, because it's very difficult to pronounce Solomasilu. Very difficult. So, maybe you give me a shorter name. Итак, we right now will remember pairs of verbs, perfective and imperfective. Я даю первую пару. Сначала imperfective всегда. Делать, сделать. Try to sing and text to me any two verbs that go in pair. One of them is imperfective, another one is perfective. Мы начинаем, да, we are starting like this by remembering. Точно, Fabio, sorry. Because you texted it, but I was a little bit lost. Да, отлично. Any verb pair, да? Делать, сделать. We will remember, we will collect them right now because we will need them for the game, yeah? We need to know verbs. So I'm giving you, I'm helping you with some, but some you should come up with yourself, да? Делать, сделать. Делать will be imperfective verb, which we use for a process. Например, я делаю домашнюю работу. I'm doing my homework. Да, я делаю домашнюю работу. Сделать will be perfective verb, which is used for one-time completed action. This action can be either in the past. Я сделал домашнюю работу. I am done with my homework. Or in future. Я сделаю, I will accomplish, домашнюю работу. Yeah? So, try to come up with pairs of verbs, at least one. Yeah? I wait one pair from each person who is watching this live stream. Да? Мы на уроке, we are on a lesson, и учитель говорит, дайте мне одну пару, give me one pair of two verbs, пожалуйста, да, just like I gave it to you. Делать, сделать. Any two verbs, any, like this we are collecting them, да? And then we are gonna play a game. Действительно, Фабио, это очень интересная тема, потому что она очень трудная. Something is happening with my connection. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Это очень интересная и трудная тема, да? Спасибо, Фабио. Говорить, сказать. Очень хорошо. Говорить, сказать. In the meaning of to say, да? Например, мама всегда говорит мне надеть шапку. Мама всегда говорит мне надеть шапку. Итак, сегодня она сказала, я всегда говорит imperfective, сегодня она сказала, не надевай шапку. Today she told me, don't put on your hat. Yeah? Don't put on your hat, cap, not sure. Итак, спасибо. Читать, прочитать, отлично. Кушать, покушать, очень интересно. Кушать, да, я всегда кушаю дома. Но сегодня я покушал в ресторане. Почему бы нет? Писать, написать, спасибо. Очень хорошо. Я вижу, что вы знаете. I see that you know. Yeah? Let me give you one more example with писать, написать. Я сейчас пишу письмо бабушке. Да? Я взяла фломастер, и я пишу письмо бабушке. I'm in the process imperfective verb. Я написала письмо. I wrote the letter done. Я написала письмо. Окей? Я написала письмо. И закрыла тетрадь. And closed my copybook. Да? А теперь есть, съесть, not bad. Да? Кушать, покушать, есть, съесть. By the way, есть, съесть, we have two pairs. Есть, съесть and also есть, поесть. I will give you. Есть, поесть. So, keep in mind, это очень интересно. Normally, the prefix po would make a verb perfective with the meaning of doing it for some time. Например, спать, поспать. Я поспала 2 часа sometime и встала. I slept for 2 hours and got up. Or, good example, играть, поиграть. Actually, Fabio, don't even, be confused because different pairs could be made with the same verb. For example, играть, поиграть, играть, поиграть, which means играть, do it regularly or to be in the process. Смотрите, сейчас я играю с вами. Let's say we're playing. Сейчас я играю с вами. Мы поиграем, we will play, и я пойду готовить ужин. We will finish, we will be done with playing, and I will go cook dinner. Yeah? So, играть, поиграть. And you tried to give me a pair, играть, выиграть. They are not a pair because играть means to play and выиграть means to win. So it's different meanings, yeah? We always take two verbs with the same meaning, yeah? For example, есть, поесть or есть, съесть, very good. Both pairs exist. Есть, поесть means поесть for some time, but есть, съесть means съесть entirely. So съесть will mean съесть entirely, yeah? So, я съела суп. It means I ate it all, there is nothing left. Есть, съесть. But есть, поесть, я поела a little bit и ушла, and left. Поела, ate for some time, and left. Итак, спасибо. Спать, поспать, очень хорошо. So, prefix по normally would give this, not always, but often, it will give a meaning of doing it for some time. In verbs, поспать, пожить, to live for some time, поиграть, to play for some time, посидеть, to sit for some time, поспать, to sleep for some time, полежать, to lay down for some time. Yeah? По often has this meaning, not always, but often. Let me give you, I wanted to give you one example with по that doesn't mean for some time, but I will get to it a little bit later. But keep in mind, there is one pair of verbs, покупать and купить, where prefix по is added to the imperfective verb. Покупать is the imperfective one. It's the only verb that has prefix по, but is imperfective. It's very rare, so just memorize it. You can think about it like this. The verb покупать, to buy, doesn't follow any rules. Did it give money to somebody? Did it buy its way to the pairs of verbs with reversed sense? Yeah, we could think like this. It could be a good mnemonic for you. Yeah, good way to memorize. If you think покупать, купить is not like other pairs, must have bought their way in there because покупать means to buy. Yeah, it helps my students to memorize it this way. Maybe it will help you. Итак, so movement verbs, very interesting, очень хороший вопрос. I will tell you that teachers normally will not say it to you. They will separate verb aspects, perfective and imperfective, from verbs of motion. They will separate them. But in fact, verbs of motion also go in pairs of perfective and imperfective. We don't teach it in the very beginning to not get you confused, but later on it gets clear. The only thing you need to memorize right now, I will go a little bit, side note with verbs of motion. Unprefixed verbs of motion like идти, or ходить, or бегать, бежать, or ехать, ездить. So they don't have any prefixes, yeah? They are by default imperfective, yeah? So unprefixed verbs of motion are imperfective. Why we don't give it to you? They are imperfective. Why we don't give it to you? We don't give it right away because it can get you confused. You are searching for pairs. You see идти and ходить, they seem to be a pair, but they're both imperfective. And you're like, what the, why? Yeah? Normally I have писать, написать, and here I have идти, ходить. Why one of them is not imperfective and the other one is not perfective? Because verbs of motion have other logic. Идти means to be on your way. It's a unidirectional verb. Я иду на работу. Right now I'm headed to work. Ходить means to do round trips. Я хожу на работу каждый день and come back home. Yeah? Or it can mean to wander around. Ходить. Я хожу по лесу. I'm wandering around. I have no idea where I am. Yeah? Both of them are imperfective, but now listen carefully to can help you in your future learning. As soon as we add a prefix to verbs of motion, not always, but often, one of them will be perfective and one will be imperfective. So, let's take not every prefix, but a lot of prefixes, especially prefixes of direction. Direction, it means like enter, exit, arrive, you know, or cross some kind of direction, or go around. Let's take this prefix пере, which means to cross. Yeah, it will help us right now. Итак, пере plus идти. Пере plus идти. What is the plus? Пере plus идти. Пере plus идти will give us perfective verb перейти. 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 It's a perfective verb, that's why it never will have any present form. Did you know that perfective verbs don't have present tense? They only have future or past, yeah? So, перейти, either перешел, it's the past, перешел, it means crossed. I would say have crossed, because done, yeah? Perfective verb, it means accomplished. Перешел, or перейду in the future, which means will accomplish crossing. Перейду. Перейду will accomplish crossing. Will be done with crossing. It's very good to give this will be done with crossing. Yeah, it's important to call it like this. Because when we add пере plus ходить, interestingly, it will be imperfective verb. How can it be? Пере plus ходить will be переходить. Переходить. We know the verb переходить, to cross. And listen, that's very interesting. Сейчас я перехожу дорогу. Это imperfective verb. I'm using it in the present, yeah? Я перехожу дорогу. Сейчас. When I'm done with it, I say я перешла. I use perfective пере plus идти. Yeah? So, you see how verbs of motion work. We add one prefix to unidirectional verb and get perfective verb. We add the same prefix to the multidirectional verb and we get imperfective verb. A lot of prefixes work like this, except for the prefix po. Keep it in mind, prefix po is very crazy. Prefix po is not like other prefixes because it's not a prefix of direction. It has nothing to do with direction, yeah? That's why prefix po added to the verb идти, пойти, пойти, will give us perfective verb, just like we are used to, да? Пойти равно пойти, we will do this. Perfective, пойти is perfective, пойти has only doesn't have present, has only future or past. Я пошла, я пойду. It means I will depart, I will go. Я пошла, I went. Not simply went, yeah? Okay. We will get to it. We will get to it. Fabio, don't rush it because we will get to it. Just I noticed somebody by the door. It was Kostya. Okay. So we will get to it. Very good question about using perfective verbs. I think I will illustrate it right today with my nice drawings. Yeah, I will try to illustrate it for you. Итак, we will not get back to verbs of motion. No, let me finish. По plus ходить. Interestingly, will give us походить, which is also perfective. It is rare, yeah? Like normally we learn. It's also perfective. They are both perfective. Just maybe make some notes, it will help you. Походить, it means to walk around for some time again. Походить. No, it's okay, don't be sorry. Just I will get to it. Хорошо. So, I hope it will help you in your future learning. Verbs of motion are a little bit bitchy. Yeah, we add the same prefix to them, and one of them will be perfective, one of them will be imperfective. But prefix po doesn't work like this. Prefix po, which is one of the main prefixes in the Russian language. Yeah, this prefix is so powerful. Imagine you add it, only this prefix, to a verb, and you make it perfective. Играть, you add prefix po, it becomes поиграть, which is perfective. You see, prefix po makes verbs perfective. That's why even when we add it to our normally, multidirectional verb ходить, normally it would be imperfective with prefixes, but not with po. Yeah? Very good to know, very good knowledge. I'm sure, not every teacher would tell you this. Normally teachers give aspects separately, perfective and imperfective, verbs of motion separately, but that's not how the language works. Surprise, surprise. Хорошо. Давайте начнем игру. We'll start our game. First, illustration. Here I have lines and I have кружочки. Кружочки means circles. Look really well at this кружочки, at these circles. Circle has beginning and the end. Beginning and the end. So, I will tell you what these things represent. They represent perfective and imperfective verbs. These are two imperfective verbs that are happening in the same time, which happens often. Let me give you an example. Итак, я готовлю борщ, green line, я готовлю борщ и слушаю музыку, red line. Я готовлю борщ, I'm cooking борщ, and listening to music, и слушаю музыку. I use both imperfective verbs. They normally go in parallel. Now, let's look here. This means perfective verbs, which are always done, always full circle. Я приготовила борщ. Приготовила борщ. Потом я послушала музыку. You see, they are not parallel, they are not simultaneous. They are going one after another. Я приготовила борщ. Потом я послушала музыку. It's also done. И пошла гулять. And went out. 3 actions. Do you see the difference? Is it clear? Пожалуйста, напишите. Is it clear? This is for imperfective verbs that go together in parallel, and this is for perfective verbs that go one after another, because that's how the language works. Yeah, imperfective will be things happening at the same time. Perfective we would use if we want to tell our partner, we have a partner in conversation. We want him to know that сначала я приготовила борщ, потом я послушала музыку, потом я пошла гулять. All these things are done. I'm telling it in the evening to my partner, and I say, he's asking me, что ты сегодня делала? What did you do today? Я говорю, утром я приготовила борщ, потом я послушала музыку, потом я пошла гулять. Yeah? That's what I would say to a person who wants to know how my day went. But, interestingly, When I want a person to know that I was doing something at the same time, I would say, знаешь, когда я готовила борщ, я слушала музыку. While I was cooking, I was listening. You see, that I use imperfective verbs to make a person know that I was doing it at the same time, okay? And the very, very interesting case of imperfective and perfective. What could it be? Look. Я готовила борщ. I was in the process. Я готовила борщ. Я готовила борщ. Yeah? And then, bam, something happened in the middle of my action. What could it be? Yeah? I could use any perfective verb. Мне позвонил брат. My brother called me. Я готовила борщ. In the middle of it, мне позвонил брат. Prefix по. Perfective verb. Yeah, we are fine, we are clear. Я готовила борщ. Мне позвонил брат. Я готовила борщ, и мне позвонил брат. Вот он, вот он, вот он. Okay. We looked at all the drawings, and now it's the game time. Okay. I will give you a beginning of the story, and you looking at my verb, looking at its form. Is it perfective? Is it imperfective? You will add to the story one more verb. Everybody uses their own verb, okay? For example, I give you Я готовила борщ. Some of you could say и слушала музыку, but others would say мне позвонил брат, yeah? So, the most important thing is that you give me something that would make sense in the settings, in this situation. Хорошо? Поехали! Да, мы начинаем нашу игру. We are starting the game. Okay. Я рада, I'm really glad that it's helpful for you. Now let's see how we can use it in practice, because one thing is to understand and the other one is to use. Yeah, let's try to see how you are able to use it now. But I'm sure you will be. You know, practice makes perfect. So not always perfect, but practice makes you go forward. That's the truth. Хорошо. Я начинаю. Итак, она, I will give you the beginning. Она сидела дома. Она сидела дома. And then you continue, you can say и, like and, or no, or, you know, you come up with a thing that happened while she was sitting at home. Она сидела дома. She was sitting at home. She was staying at home is also correct. Она сидела дома. And now it's your turn. Она сидела дома. And you continue. Да, я очень рада, Fabio, that you are getting it. I'm always glad to help not fellow learners. I'm not a learner of the Russian language, but I do learn Dutch. So, fellow learners, I'm always glad to help. Итак, она сидела дома, спасибо, и смотрела телевизор. Очень хорошо. Она сидела дома. We don't need to repeat она because we already have it, yeah? Она сидела дома и смотрела телевизор. Она сидела дома и смотрела телевизор. Robin, very good. Она сидела дома и читала книгу. Yeah, or книжку. We need accusative case here. Книжку. Why? Because читала книжку. When we read something, it's our object, yeah? And when we do something to our object, it's our direct object, it takes accusative case, feminine would take у. Читала книжку, да, книжку. Or книгу, as you want. Итак, гречанка-бабка. Когда она сидела дома, ей позвонил брат. Очень хорошо, да? Когда, when or while she was sitting at home, she was staying at home, ей позвонил брат. We can say позвонил ей брат, it's a little bit unusual, but it's still very, very, correct. I couldn't say that it's incorrect, да? Итак, она сидела дома и съела морковный пирог. Here, let's look at it. So, she was sitting at home, and the narrator basically told us, and she ate entirely her carrot cake, да? Она сидела дома и съела морковный пирог. It's possible, yeah? The person who is saying it wants us to know that there is no пирог left. Not at all. Когда она сидела дома, while she was sitting at home, она съела морковный пирог. There is nothing left. But if we said и ела, it means and was eating. So, ела, maybe didn't finish, maybe didn't eat entirely, maybe not done with it, maybe left it on the table, yeah, part of it. We could say ела. Она сидела дома и ела. When we say съела, we know that there is no more carrot cake left. Это очень важно. It's very important, you know? Хорошо, да, она была голодная и съела полностью. She was very hungry, that's why she ate it entirely. Хорошо, хорошо. Мне нравится, I like it. Теперь a little bit more challenging. Он проснулся, which means he woke up. Он проснулся. He woke up, the verb is perfective. Проснулся. We have a pair. Просыпаться, проснуться. So, he woke up. About слышать радио and слушать радио. It's very easy. When the listening is active, we use слушать. So, active, it means I intend to do it. When I hear something, not even intending to do it, it's слышать. For example, я слышу соседей. I hear my neighbors. Я слушаю музыку. I'm listening to music. И все равно слышу соседей. And still I hear the neighbors. What is this? So, слышать is more like to hear, physical ability. And слушать is to listen. It's our intention and effort. Yeah, for example, when I say to you, I say слушайте, listen to me. Yeah, I don't say слышьте. I say слушайте. I hope it's clear. Итак, now let's work with the second sentence. Он проснулся, he woke up. Он проснулся, the verb is perfective. When we have perfective verb, normally it would be followed by other perfective because it's sequence of events, yeah? He woke up, he did this, he does that, yeah? That's how it would go normally in Russian speech. Я проснулась, I woke up, я yeah? Хорошо. Он проснулся и приготовил завтрак. Отлично, Фавио. Это супер пример. It's a very good example. Проснулся, woke up, приготовил завтрак right away. Done with it. Да? Проснулся, substitutor, вытер глаза. Вытер, like kind of did this with his eyes. Yeah, we say потер глаза. Потер. Вытер, it's more like, you know, when you clean something, you say я вытер. Because вы often means the prefix вы has a lot of meanings, and I would, to not waste time right now on it, I would link to you a video. Let me do it. Live Russian prefix вы, because I do have it. I will simply find it and link it to you right now. I do have it, I found it, because it has many meanings. Normally, it would be a perfective verb, but not always. It depends what suffixes are inside. Because, for example, the verb выигрывать is imperfective because it has suffix ива, выигрывать. So, click on this link or copy this link and paste it, and you will be able to watch all about the prefix вы, okay? Итак, Очень хорошо. Он проснулся, приготовил завтрак, очень хорошо. Он проснулся и принял холодный душ, да, принял. We say принимать, принял. И принял холодный душ. Отличный пример, Робин. Проснулся. It's a healthy way of living. Я проснулся, принял холодный душ, да. Проснулся, not very healthy, посмотрел на свой смартфон. It's not very healthy, yeah? Проснулся, посмотрел на смартфон, also accomplished it. Да, not very healthy. Душ is better, душ лучше. Проснулся, принял душ, это хорошо. Проснулся, посмотрел на смартфон, не очень хорошо. Ну, бывает, but it happens, yeah. In the modern world it happens even often. Отличные примеры. Мне нравится. Давайте я вам дам новый пример. Итак. Let me see. Так. Let's try this one. Попробуем этот. I prepared a few. Пока мама готовила обед. So while the mother was cooking, пока мама готовила обед, while the mother was cooking, and you should continue it either with another person doing something in the same apartment or about the same mother. Пока мама готовила обед, maybe she was doing something else in parallel, yeah? I think и позвонил его маме, it goes to the previous example, yeah? Он проснулся и позвонил своей маме. In this case, we should say своей маме. Why? Because he called his own mother. When we say его маме, it means his mom, and we don't know who is this person, yeah? In Russian, we say позвонил своей маме. Because его маме can mean mother of his brother, which is also his mother of his friend, yeah? So, позвонил своей маме. Его маме is unclear, yeah? Very unclear. In this case, we should be very careful with exactly third person and say instead of его, ее, his, her, we better use своей. Yeah, but when we're talking about ourselves, we can say я проснулась и позвонила моей маме, my, I say моей, I don't use своей here, but when there is on, him, and we want to use его, we should really think about it. Because, look, extreme example. There are two friends, yeah? Два друга. Ваня и Сережа. Ваня и Сережа. Мы говорим, например, Ваня и Сережа гуляют. Ваня и Сережа встретили девушку. And then we can say, Ваня поцеловал его девушку. So Ваня kissed his girlfriend. Is it his girlfriend? Is it Сережа's girlfriend? We have no idea. That's why when you use он, она, and you want to say that they did something with their own, yeah, like he kissed his own girlfriend, you better say он поцеловал свою девушку, свою. Окей. Пока мама готовила обед, very good, она покормила ребенка. Очень хорошо. So, while she was cooking, she accomplished feeding her child. Because her child is little, she put him in the special, how is it called, chair, покормила его, fed him, and all this while she was cooking, yeah? Пока мама готовила обед, она покормила ребенка. Очень хорошо. Now, Fabio. Пока мама готовила обед, она слушала музыку. We don't need e here because while she was cooking, she was listening. Пока мама готовила обед, Она слушала музыку очень хорошо. While cooking, she was listening. Супер, супер, очень хорошо. Итак, пока мама готовила обед, папа чувствовал себя хорошо. We have this expression чувствовать себя. Literally it means to feel yourself, yeah, чувствовать себя. But it means to feel, we have to say yourself. It's literal meaning, yeah? So, father felt very good. Пока мама готовила обед, папа чувствовал себя хорошо. Yes, sounds like a very, you know, how can I say it? Патриархальная семья. Very patriarchal family. Папа чувствовал себя хорошо, пока мама готовила обед. Sounds really nice for, you know, housewives and all these 50s, 60s. Да? Отлично, но хороший пример. I like the example. It is correct, it is completely correct, and also it's kind of funny, yeah? It has this irony, yeah, maybe sarcasm. Sarcasm about this papa. I would prefer пока мама готовила обед, папа убирал квартиру. Papa was cleaning the house, yeah? Why not? I will type it. Папа убирал квартиру. Папа убирал квартиру. Итак, очень хорошо. Сейчас я чувствую себя хорошо. Now I feel good. Yeah, that's a very good example and correct. Да, я чувствую себя. And себя doesn't change. Она чувствует себя хорошо. Да? Мой папа чувствует себя хорошо. Или мои родители чувствуют себя хорошо. Себя never changes. It's very interesting and easy to use. Yeah? Итак, молодцы, very good. Следующий prompt. Следующий. Мы возьмем такое. We'll take this. Он приготовил кофе. So, he made coffee. Finished. Он приготовил кофе. What happened next? Он приготовил кофе. And now it's your turn to continue it somehow. Он приготовил кофе. И он приготовил кофе. While you are texting, I will link to you my Telegram channel where you could practice Russian more because live lessons on YouTube I only have once a week, but on Telegram I post exercises more often. So, today on my Telegram channel, by the way, I did a listening exercise. You watch the video from Siberia and then you answer questions. The test I will put up a little bit later. So far you could watch the video and then I will put questions up. And you simply click to answers and you see if you succeeded or not. Итак, спасибо. Спасибо за комплимент. Thank you for the compliment. I do know that I do have talent for teaching. That's why I explained so easily to you this thing. And notice how you manage continue in my phrases. You see how you get it. You know, everybody has troubles with perfective and imperfective, but somehow you did get it from my drawings. Look at them. Aren't they brilliant? I should probably patent them because I'm sure other teachers will steal it. I bet that's what happens in teacher's world, but I'm not against. They are free to use my things. Yeah, I would be glad if they said that they learned it from me, though. Okay. Продолжаем. Он приготовил кофе. He made coffee. He made coffee. И what happened next? Он приготовил кофе. Пишите, пишите. Мне интересно. Will you catch this one? Он приготовил кофе. So he made coffee. Он приготовил кофе. Съел все печенье. Yeah, он приготовил кофе и съел все печенье. He didn't even get to drink the coffee. Yeah? Хорошо, очень хорошо. Very good example. приготовил кофе, съел все печенье. Да damn it, what happened? Робин, он приготовил кофе и думал, приготовил кофе и думал. Do you want to say about yesterday? Думал о вчера, maybe. Он приготовил кофе и смотрел телевизор. It happens. That's how it looks. Он приготовил кофе и смотрел телевизор. Okay, about yesterday. We say it like this. Okay, let me get to Robin's example. Он приготовил кофе. He accomplished, yeah, he made the coffee, он приготовил кофе. We would use perfective verb here because, look, приготовил кофе and bam, bam, bam. So, приготовил кофе и подумал. Normally we would say и подумал. И подумал о вчера. И подумал о вчера. Подумал о маме, очень хорошо. И подумал о маме. Подумал goes here better than думал. Because приготовил, done, и подумал. Приготовил и подумал. Because when we already said он приготовил кофе, it's some action that is done, finished. There is nothing. How can we insert here that he was also in the process of doing something? Yeah, this should be reversed. For example, он думал о вчера, he was thinking, и приготовил кофе. It would be this. Он думал о вчера и приготовил кофе. И приготовил кофе. Пока он думал, while he was thinking, он приготовил кофе. He didn't even notice, yeah? He was thinking, and didn't even notice how he accomplished making coffee. Wow. Да? Очень хороший пример, подумал о маме. Он приготовил кофе, and it triggered him to think about his mother. Very good. Очень хороший пример. Very good example. Vingeo. Отличный пример. Подумал о маме. Again, you see, this is tricky for you. When I start with the perfective verb, it's a little bit tricky for you. About смотрел телевизор. Он приготовил кофе. We could say this. Он приготовил кофе и пошел смотреть телевизор. And went to watch. Yeah? This could happen. И пошел смотреть телевизор, да? И пошел смотреть телевизор. Он приготовил кофе, а потом even not, you know, you don't even have to say прочитал газету. Possible. Приготовил кофе, прочитал газету. But we could also say он приготовил кофе и взял and took, взял газету. Yeah? Even not yet read it, but simply took it. Приготовил кофе и взял газету. To read it later. Yeah? Or we could say приготовил кофе, потом прочитал газету. We already are speaking about two actions. Потом пошел на работу. Who knows? Yeah? Приготовил кофе, прочитал газету, выпил кофе, пошел на работу. Yeah? Туп. Итак, очень хорошо. Сайо. Привет. Кофейная чашка упала, когда он шел. Это хорошо, да? Он шел, he was going, чашка упала. Он приготовил кофе, да? Приготовил кофе. He took, у меня есть. Приготовил кофе, взял чашку. Взял, accomplished. Он шел читать газету. He was going to read this newspaper. And dropped the cup. Чашка упала. The what happened? And the cup fell. Упала, it's a perfective verb. Because упала once done. Yeah? But we can say пока чашка падала while it was. Пока чашка падала while it was. Он посмотрел вниз. He looked down. While it was still in the air, пока чашка падала, он посмотрел вниз. He looked down. Possible to use, yeah, to fall in imperfective form. Упала, done, пока она падала, падать, упасть. Итак, очень хороший пример. Мне нравится. Let me give you last for today. prompt and you will continue it. Something interesting. What did I... Okay. Again, we will start with perfective because you are having a little bit of troubles. Итак, first we read Robin's example. What about? He prepared coffee. Он приготовил кофе. And he began thinking about yesterday. Отлично. Он приготовил кофе и начал думать, started thinking about yesterday. Yeah? It's possible. Он приготовил кофе и начал, it's a perfective verb, начал думать, to think, начал, started, plus infinitive, думать, to think, yeah. When we have two verbs, one of them will be in infinitive, the second one. Начал думать, started to think, that's how we say it in English, yeah. Started to think, to think. Always in Russian we say он начал plus infinitive думать. We can't say он начал думал. No. Начал думать. Or начал готовить. Итак, он приготовил кофе и начал думать о вчера. We don't really say о вчера. We say о вчерашнем дне, but it's too long. That's why I keep it о вчера. It's not really correct. О вчерашнем дне, about yesterday, about, but it's long. Он приготовил кофе. It's not our focus of today. Yeah, our focus is verbs. Он приготовил кофе и начал думать о вчера, or о вчерашнем дне. I wouldn't say that it's so incorrect. People would use it from time to time. Ты думаешь о вчера, думаешь о сегодня. Yeah, possible. Итак, I hope I answered your question. And now we will start with last with perfective verb, prompt with perfective verb. Pay attention, it's perfective. Итак, мы купили билеты. We bought tickets. Мы купили билеты. So, it's plural. Мы купили, bought. Perfective, accomplished. Мы купили билеты. And now it's your turn to continue. Мы купили билеты. Normally, perfective verbs will go like this. Bam, bam, bam. Купили билеты. Yeah, and started something and went somewhere and, started doing other things. But imperfectives could go in parallel, or one imperfective verb could be, we can say, interrupted by a perfective verb. Yeah, one long imperfective action can be interrupted by short perfective action. Супер. Мы купили билеты и пошли в кино. Пошли and went. Мы купили билеты и пошли, departed. Do you know that this пойти verb means to depart? To depart, not yet back. Мы купили билеты и пошли в кино. Пошли, departed. Очень хорошо. The verb is perfective. See why we can't use here идти. Идти is imperfective. We can't say мы купили билеты. Вот, идти в кино. But possible, let's say I'm outside right now. My mom is calling me. Yeah, I say, мама, мы купили билеты, и сейчас мы идем, we are on our way в кино. It's possible that I'm on my way. Мы купили билеты, и сейчас идем в кино. It's possible when my mom is calling me on my way. So you see, everything depends on the situation and what you want your counterpart, another person, to understand. What you want them to get from your words. You see, I say, мы купили билеты, done, а сейчас мы идем в кино. We are on our way. She realizes we are on the way because I'm saying мы идем. You see? But when, like for example, Vingeo made this. Они купили билеты и пошли домой. It means they are in a theater or a cinema. Купили билеты and went home. Yeah, right away when I read the Russian sentence, and that's what should happen to you with time, you know? When you progress, while you progress with your learning, you will see this picture in your head. Купили билеты и пошли домой. It means they were at the cinema or theater and now they departed home. That's exactly how Russians see. You know, we talk to each other and in the head we see the picture. Thanks to verbs. Perfective it or it's imperfective. We see it in the head. Итак, они купили билеты и также купили напитки. And this picture is like this. We are at the cinema. Купили билеты, купили напитки, and now we will go see the movie, yeah? That's, you see, how the language is rich. Only by reading купили билеты и купили напитки, I realize we are probably at the cinema right now, yeah? You see how nice it is? We all think that, oh, verb aspects are so difficult, but they are useful to see what's happening. Right away you have it in your head. Итак, они купили билеты и пошли к другим. So, and went to somebody else, yeah? Пошли к другим, it means went to some place, went someplace else. Yeah, could be. Yeah, it's correct. It's just a little bit flu, a little bit like fuzzy. A little bit I can't get what you're talking about. Пошли к кому? To whom? Because к always is used with a person, да? Пошли к врачу, пошли к другу, пошли к соседу. Yeah, к with people we use. We don't use them with places. К. For example, в and на is used with places. Пошли в магазин, пошли на стадион. But к is used with people. And the case will be dative. Пошли к брату, пошли к соседу. It's also very good to know. Итак, Сайо. Они купили билеты, и торт сгорел? I don't see the logic here. Type the мы купили билеты. Oh, it was me, I forgot. Мы купили билеты и заплатили слишком много. So we bought tickets and paid too much. Yeah, two perfective actions, two kind of facts. Yeah, I would say two accomplished, finished things. Купили билеты и поняли and realized, что заплатили слишком много, that paid too much. Yeah, купили билеты и поняли, realized, что заплатили слишком много. Possible. Итак, вопрос. The second verb that goes in infinitive is in imperfective or perfective aspect. It depends. For example, with there is a rule. With verbs of, it's called verbs of kind of stage of action. For example, to begin, to end, to be in the middle. It's verbs like начинать, заканчивать, продолжать. All these verbs always go with imperfective. I have a video about it. I will link it to you if you want. If I find it, because it's a little bit complicated. So, live Russian, it's called perfective, imperfective. Let me try to find it. Keep in mind, when there is so-called verb of stage of action, maybe it's here. No, it's different one. I will find it. Я его найду. Maybe this one. Yeah. I found it. I got it. You will watch this video and you will get exactly this, okay? Because it's a good question. It's a very good question. So, when we have so-called verb of stage of action, начинать, продолжать, заканчивать, they only go with imperfective verbs. For example, она начала работать. We will never say она начала поработать. Only imperfective. I link the video to you. You can watch it, after the live lesson. You will be at peace, calm, you watch it, yeah? Собирать what? Собирать doesn't go with other verbs. Собирать, or maybe you mean собираться, to be ready. For example, я собираюсь гулять, я собираюсь работать, yeah? Собираться, yeah? Maybe you mean this, because собирать, it means to pick up. Например, собирать грибы, to pick up mushrooms. You don't mean this one, you mean собираться, да? Собираться, it means to get ready. Собираться plus infinitive always. But in this case, unfortunately, I gotta, how can I say it? Bad news are coming. Собираться goes with infinitive, perfective and imperfective. Например, я собираюсь работать. I'm going to work. But я собираюсь поработать 2 часа. So I say for some time, I use perfective, of course. Собираться, it means to be going to do something. Yeah? To be going to do something. Я собираюсь готовить борщ. I'm going to cook борщ. But я собираюсь приготовить борщ и начать работать. I'm going to be done with cooking and then start working. So, собираться can go with any verb. But начинать, продолжать, заканчивать, when you start an action, when you continue the action, when you finish the action, goes only with imperfective. Yeah? There are rules. There are rules, and that's good that you ask. Хорошо, что вы спрашиваете. Итак, ребята, время вышло, the time is up, it's a perfective verb, вышло. It's verb of motion, notice, it's a colloquial verb of motion, because вышло, it means went out. So in our case, all the time we had, it went out. It went out the window, we have nothing left, да? Время вышло, мы заканчиваем, we are finishing, the verb is imperfective, because we are in the process, we are not yet done, yeah? I'm saying, мы заканчиваем, we are finishing, and as soon as I click, I will say, мы закончили, we are finished, it's done. Yeah, I would use perfective verb, but not yet. Мы заканчиваем. Всем спасибо за участие. Thank you very much for participating. Join my Telegram channel because there we practice. Also, if you are interested, you could book a private lesson with me, which costs 25 euros. I'm telling it to you right now. For 60 minutes, I take 25 euros. If you would want to book a lesson, you could either text me on Telegram or you could directly book on, how is it called? Calendly. If you do want to book on Calendly, I will link it here. И потом мы пойдем. And then we will go. Хорошо. Let me find the Calendly link. It's right here. Okay. I have this link on my Telegram channel, but if I will link it here too. If you want to book a private lesson, then do it here. Damn it. What did I do? Yeah. Всем спасибо. Thank you very much. Спасибо за участие. You can book a lesson here. You can join my Telegram channel, which is free. Telegram channel is absolutely free. We practice there. I give there additional information. And увидимся на следующем уроке. See you next lesson, which is probably gonna be next Sunday, if nothing else comes up. Всем спасибо и пока!